Hey. Ah, boo.
And
Can
hello,
they
everyone. There
can they
we
hear
go.
us, not you?
They could hear you and not me. Welcome back, ladies
Oh
and
yeah, we got
Love that.
colour.
to another episode of Natural Wonders on a Monday evening. Episode 28 this week. Let me play the music that we like to listen
28,
to during
jeez.
the intro. 28 now. Yeah, 28. Obviously, week out last week, and I'm sad to announce we are going to be having a bit of a change up in the schedule next week, as unfortunately, due to some life stuff, Dean won't be able to play with us for maybe a couple weeks. We'll see how it plays out, but there will still be streams at the same time that you're used to. They just might not be the same show. We'll see how that goes. That really depends on what happens tonight and what point of this story we get to. Let's go around and do our regular shout-outs. Of course, I am your GM, Lambert Rain. I will be in charge of telling people to roll dice this evening. And I stream. Gosh, I should probably do the command in chat, shouldn't I? That is my channel. Although, to be honest, this is kind of my main channel these days. Lambert Rain is sort of my little fun channel, you know? I guess. Moobot, I haven't... Oh no, it's all good.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. It's just a bit laggy. That's all good. Let's go ahead and let me stop talking for a moment. Do you know what, Dean? You go on. You shut yourself out to begin with.
All right. Yep. The Paymaster 98 on Twitch and YouTube. As you can see, all my shit's gone from behind me. It's because we're moving, and that's what could cause the issue in the scheduling. So I'll be live throughout this week, and then after this week, there might be a few weeks or longer I'm not streaming, so come to the streams this week. Saturday we'll have a big summer blowout.
You can watch all his YouTube content whilst he's gone and be on the same page.
True. Right, I'm gonna go help Lauren upstairs.
Yeah, do what you gotta do, man. Shout out. Next up, let's go in with Jamie.
Hello, JM12 _ on Twitch. It's your sports content enthusiast over here. A lot of FIFA, Football Manager, Formula 1. The league could be back up and running next week. We're doing a little test run if anyone's interested in the Formula 1 league that me and Mitchell host. Yeah, and if anyone is watching this that was involved in the 24-hour, 22-hour charity stream that happened at the weekend, thank you so much. We raised £1,500 in total, which was pretty dang good.
In case you fancy it, that fundraiser is still live. So if you go to Jamie's
channel...
It
is still live.
I believe !donation still works, or !donate. Is that still in your chat?
Yeah, !donate in my chat would still bring up the link.
If you want to be generous, pots, good cause.
Wristband.
Yeah. Awesome. Go on, Sam.
Yeah, Sam JKP on YouTube and Twitch. Play a lot of Pokemon, so you know, come along, hang out. Mitch, you may have also inspired me to start TikTok. So...
Mate, I'm gonna interrupt. Boys, get on the Natural Wonders TikTok. Holy shit! Like it's popping off. I'm not even lying. Let me look right now. I posted these last night. They got 300 views overnight.
Good numbers.
Let's go. I'm hyped about the numbers right here. So the first clip is on 469 views with 22 likes, and the other one is on 372 views with 38 likes. But we only have 3 followers, so come and follow us on TikTok. It's Natural Wonders, the same name you're all used to.
I don't have TikTok.
Is there a link in the
Get Charlie to follow me.
Follow
all the links
Mitchell
are in the
on
Discord
TikTok.
to all of our socials.
Join the Discord.
So yeah, jump in the Discord. All the links to all of our socials are in the Discord.
Sam's
Instagram, Twitter, the whole lot.
Sam's shout-outs turned into a shout-out for the channel.
Yeah, Sam talked about TikTok and he got me excited. I was like laying in bed last night like a little fucking social media machine. So,
but everyone join the Discord. All the links are there for everything, and follow all the things. Do it.
Do the things.
And
do
also,
the things.
check Sam out his sound, and he's got YouTube Shorts as well, which do way better than ours. Ooh.
But not the most recent ones. The algorithm hasn't decided to suck them ones up. So
You haven't been blessed by mummy
I
algorithm.
haven't been blessed. No.
All right. Well, that was a great shout out, Sam. Go on, you, and take it away, buddy.
3020 live. We play D&D every Sunday at 4 p.m. UK time. In that game, we have Jay, Mitch, and Sam who join me for that, which is a lot of fun. Role-playing stories, a lot like this, but fantasy rather than Star Wars content. So come and check that out if you're interested in dungeons and also some dragons. Neither of which are things that happen very often in the game. It's more like role-play and city walking.
A lot of fun RP, I think.
And we ended on a awesome note yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Good.
very
little,
excited to see where
reveal.
that goes.
Awesome. So check that out, guys. Is there anything else I can talk about? Just to hope that Dean gets back to hear the recap. Just to, I think he's coming back in the room now. So you have some reflections. Just to remind you again, we are going to have a couple weeks perhaps where things might be a little bit rocky, but we are going to be having a show next week. So
I do have a question.
Discord
though,
for
Mitch.
announcements there. What's up, Mr.
Is
JB?
there a crawl?
No, we stopped at this, didn't we?
Why would you even ask? There's no crawl. That doesn't exist anymore. That will come back. That will come back when we have 100 viewers per episode. That's when that will come back.
All right, get sharing, boys.
Yeah.
I want the call back.
Or 100 followers.
Please don't follow. I don't want.
Hold on,
to
wait.
be
I know a
anymore.
website. I know a website. I'll do.
Oh yeah, of course he does. Of course he
Of
does. Just for context, Jamie Bot followed his channel, 1,000 followers.
Didn't bot follow my channel? Fuck off.
We had that on day 20 once, or was it on the Edge of the Empires when we had like a 100 viewers just came in?
That was on
Or was it 1,000?
Day 20. You guys got like a big raid. That was
That's
like,
what I mean.
No, they were a bunch of bots. I swear, there was like a.
There was a time where we did get like a ridiculous
huge raid,
like
right?
bot. Yeah, there was a raid. That wasn't the bot one. The bot one was where we were doing something. I think I was doing something, and then just a bunch of bots came in.
It was
And
like
all
1,000
posted
or-
it. So it wasn't. No, it was not
Oh.
that many. It was like 4 or 5.
Oh, I swear I remember one where it was like 100 viewers.
That was They were two different scenarios.
They
I've
should have
had
an
a nightmare
experience
here,
where
boys.
you're working. I was working on some stream stuff in Streamlabs, and then I got bot followed by 100. So my follow alert went off 100 times while I was sitting there trying to work on shit.
That's
I
annoying.
Before we do the recap, I just tried to save the life of a fly who was crawling towards my tea, and then it just jumped in. So rest in peace, fly.
Down at Bricker.
Rip fly.
I got it out.
We like to
Arsehole.
drink with Lambert, because Lambert is our mate. Ugh.
Hey,
Oh, he fully fucking did it. You just
he
necked the
committed.
Yeah,
It's a
I
fly
fly
tea.
out.
Oh, I thought it was a fly tea. Damn.
Yeah, I just drank the fly.
I thought you drank the
It's
fly
a
tea.
Gungan specialty, that is.
I don't know why she swallowed the fly. Perhaps she'll die.
Right, so
We'll find out.
last week on Natural Wonders, Zizi was found. Zakian had a little chat with his sister, and they had a little plan in the old abandoned arcade that they would get Z to come by and discuss something that was of particular interest to our droid friend. Z agreed to come alone whilst the rest of the group were on the ship. Oh, I've just knocked my light off my desk. Very cool. Nice one, Mitch. Where Z discovered that the rebel cell on Chad have some information about someone from his past, an IG-88 unit. The dilemma being that he had to drop the bounty and convince the rest of the crew of the Crate Thing to drop the bounty on ZZ to get that information. Which is where things got to boiling point as the crew met up all together, arguing over whether the bounty would be dropped. Zakian refusing to back down. And we begin tonight's session with the sound of blaster fire. As Took raised his hand, set his blaster to stun, and fired. First, I want you to roll Destiny. Then I want you to roll to hit.
Attack. Oh, God.
So, let's see how this
Dark
goes.
side.
Oh no.
I feel like there's going to be a lot of dark side tonight.
Yeah.
The dark side is...
I'm vengeance.
Yeah. There
Oh
is.
wow,
Wait,
there is
wait.
a lot.
I've not even rolled mine
wow.
yet. Where's mine? I can never.
Oh my
Here we go. It's hidden itself. Here we go. Roll this. Oh wait, no, I rolled destiny.
Oh,
Wait,
That's
Did I?
what you
Right,
need
that's
to
what you
roll.
meant to do.
Dark.
So that's
I rolled-
4 dark side points, 1 light side point.
Oh!
Who rolled the light? Who rolled the light?
bit.
Bit
Makes
The
sense.
one,
Okay.
the
But
Jedi.
The
Bit
fucking
season
Jedi,
three.
of course. Jedi.
Zach, remind me, you don't have any armor on your
I have.
like that would give the black dice to the hit.
Oh no. I have
Cool.
armored clothing.
Oh no.
Your armored clothing just adds soak, right? Oh no, wait. What does your armored clothing do? Sorry, just remind me.
One soak, one defense.
1 defense means there is a black dice, I believe.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Hey.
So, Took, this is an average difficulty check with 1 black dice involved. You are
Okay.
free to roll that.
He rolls the only light side we get.
Oh
To
yeah,
hit.
to
could be.
make sure he hits you.
Oh,
That is a hit with an advantage, so you can use that advantage on something. Why does this change size every week? Stupid ass thing. So the argument gets to boiling point, and then you hear the sound of a blaster. And how much damage does that do? 8.
8. Yeah, 8. This is do straight. Right, this is
Yeah,
the
but
one I
it's
don't
on
know if that's done. Yeah, it's on stun.
Yeah, it's on stun.
It's on stun,
Does
but it
it-
still does damage. It just means if he drops to 0, he... Oh, does it do straight?
Yeah, that's what we thought it would do. It'd make more sense if it did strain, but I don't know.
Fuck.
Does it specifically say that there's a stun effect on
There
it?
is
Oh
a
my
stun effect on the blaster, yes.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
Stun what?
blasters,
It
or
normally
most
says like
blasters have that.
stun 3 or something,
I was
doesn't
gonna
it?
say, I didn't think he'd take damage from a stun
I
dart.
think
Yeah, I thought
from
it
what
would be more-
from what I understood, it was kind of just like non-lethal damage in D&D, right?
As an
It's like
incident of the week.
if they go
yeah.
to 0, they don't die; they just go unconscious. But clarify it because it is worth checking the full deets. Ladies and gentlemen, we are 28 episodes in, but we are still learning the system. There's a lot of intricacies
are.
to tabletop games. You know,
I feel like every week there's something new though,
Stun.
which is what I like.
It's always like
Oh,
that,
okay.
right?
Yeah, so
Always
the
something new.
weapon
Strain.
deals damage as strain instead of wounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
There you go.
So you all see this. You are all familiar with what a stun looks like now. This blue circle of energy fires across the cabin, almost out of nowhere, silencing the conversation. And Zach, can you feel that shock across your body? And you take 8 strain.
He can
Minus
reduce
soak.
it. He can reduce it with
With
soak of
soak.
pirate
Soak
sake.
still
yeah.
reduces it, yes.
So still
Yeah,
does. Yeah,
apparently.
yeah.
So reduce it by your soaks, which is 2 or 3, I think, right?
So yeah.
Remember that. What stat was it that affects soak? Brawn.
Brawn, yes it does. Yeah, yeah.
Your
Remember they
brawn modifier affects your soak.
adds to your armor. So yeah, it's your armor as well as your brawn.
Cool.
Does it?
Yes,
Yeah,
it
because
does,
I
yeah.
remember Took read that rule and was like, "Holy shit!"
Oh
Cool.
yeah, because I upped
Oh my
my
God.
threshold,
That's
I
right.
believe.
So you actually have a lot more
Oh,
soak.
I have,
than-
yeah.
Or some of you have more
So-
soak than you realise.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
I-
your
yeah.
armor plus your brawn is your soak.
Yeah, armor plus brawn. Yeah.
I don't think you're a particularly high brawn character in
What's
Zakian, but
No, I'm not. But so what? So you get 1 soak per brawn.
is that right?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
if your brawn is, so my brawn's 3, for example, and I have a +2 to my soak because of armor, my soak's 5.
Cool.
Yeah. So
Alright.
I've got soak of 3.
But so Took, you fire the blaster, you see it impact into Zakian's like body. Zakian, you feel like you need to take a knee for a sec, but you're still conscious. What
Now am I gonna have to do that again?
I'm gonna
Or are
pull
we
out
gonna start
my-
talking business?
I'm gonna pull out my rifle and aim it at Took.
Oh,
I'll
easy.
say, wait for his next move. Just stand there, staring at him with the rifle.
I'm also
Stand
gonna pull
down,
out,
stand
I'm also
down.
gonna pull out that gold blaster that I got from.
Yeah, the heavy blaster pistol.
Yeah. I'm gonna aim that at Took.
I'm gonna step in between them if I can, if there's space. What are we doing?
Yeah, this room.
What are we doing?
He fired first.
Always fire first.
Took, stand down.
I said it to stun. I ain't leaving this planet without what we've come here to collect. Now, I don't care who that comes from. This means so much to you, Zakian. The 20,000 credits.
I think we know that sometimes plans don't exactly go to plan.
Where are you getting 20,000 credits from? 10,000 credit bounty.
It's 20,000 now because we have realized that we're dealing with a very costly target. Something the Empire would pay easily an extra 10,000 credits for.
Is involving ourselves in the Empire the best course of action here?
You really think the Empire's gonna pay you? You're wanted by the Empire.
Not wanted by the man that we went and spoke to. He seemed agreeable, didn't he, Took?
Wait, I don't.
Oh,
Did we
sorry,
speak-
you were lookout with me.
I was with you.
Yeah, you were with me. Cut out. Didn't he seem agreeable, like he was going to pay us?
Only because he didn't know who we were.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Purpose of
still
that
doesn't.
interaction was not to secure us a better bounty, it was to give us a scapegoat to leave the system if we needed to without arousing suspicion. We needed a reason to be here, and that was the point of the conversation. At least from my perspective. I thought we agreed this.
I thought we agreed we ain't leaving here empty-handed for nothing. And I sure as hell am not getting myself involved in rebel affairs.
Then don't. Like I said, Zizi only asked for me.
But your actions will reflect on all of us. We are all members of this crew, whether we like it or not. What one member does influences how we're all viewed.
I'm not
Exactly.
giving up this opportunity.
What? What exactly is going on here?
We're gonna take it down.
I couldn't hear you.
Gotta take it down.
Take it down. What with this little rebel cell that your sisters are running? No. They already are going to have reinforcements on this planet. Like flies to a bantha turd.
I hate to agree with Took, but he is right. If your sister and the cell that she's working with do indeed take down that destroyer, the Empire are not going to ignore what happened. They will investigate. It could make the situation here worse. When we arrived, the troopers were complacent. All things considered, it was a darn sight better than many other systems. I know all too well what the Empire is capable of, Zakian. Believe me, I do understand.
Too late. Reinforcements are already coming. Why stop there?
Why stay here?
I'm not telling you to stay here. You can go.
Alright then, you can make your own way off world.
All right. Good luck flying the ship without me and Z.
I can fly a ship. Don't need you.
Bet you couldn't even get out of the starport.
Ha! Fine. Get yourself killed then.
No.
Lose out on all these credits. I don't care.
Flying or credits aside, dividing ourselves is quite possibly the worst decision. The Empire has ways of extracting information. If either side of us were to be captured, the other is exposed.
Well, you better help us out then.
What is it? What am I gonna benefit from it? Huh? You gonna pay me ZZ's bounty?
It goes to plan.
If
You might.
if I don't get this intel, the Empire will be the last of your worries. You think the Empire are bad?
What do you mean? Talking about it?
Define it.
Well, you were asking, about Anashida. I heard you. Particular bounty hunter, yeah? Is that who you're on about?
I am referring to IG-88, yes.
What problem is it gonna be to us? We ain't got particularly large bounties on our head for a unit like IG-88 to come after us.
You don't need a bounty on your head for what's to come. I can explain everything, but not now. I need to trust you, and for me to trust you, I need you to trust me on this.
This is just something you're trying to say to get us to throw in with the rebels here. No! We've done it before, Z. We've trusted these delusionary people, and they just get us in trouble.
I have no loyalty to the rebels.
Then what is the point in putting our necks on the line?
Like I said, the Empire will be the least of your worries. If you like staying alive, then you need to trust me.
Why don't you tell me now? Can't just, you tell me that and expect me to believe you. Got no reason.
I can't tell you now.
Why don't we start with why that might be a threat?
Why what is a threat?
88.
For starters, I assume you understand how dangerous they are.
Well, I've met you.
Well, they are far worse. Merciless. And there are 4 of them.
And what, you're tasked with hunting them down?
Not officially.
Uh-huh.
They detest biological life. See it as inefficient and useless.
And you believe one of these to be on world?
Affirmative.
On world, what?
But was the ship not... Is this just from information of the ship?
ZZ has promised me the location of said ship that I have been searching for.
And
He's
it
been
is
missing
here.
from the dock. Affirmative. It is on world. She has provided me with evidence, but not the full story. I will get that if I help.
Well, then if this unit's... All I know of these units is that they take high priority contracts. Usually from the Empire. So if you're suggesting that we blow up a Star Destroyer, then are we not putting our neck not only on the Vibroax line from the Empire, but also from one of these 88s? Doesn't make any sense.
But if we get the intel from ZZ, like he's saying, then we go take out the droid before he's even aware that we're here? Does that not work? And in which case, we do that, and then Zakian pays you the credits you're asking for. Does that
Did
deal
we
not
become
work
the
for everyone?
heroes?
You don't have to become a hero, you just have to help each other out. This is what my master told me to do. He said I was useless to everything else, he said to help people.
Your master. Who was
Yeah,
that
he's-
again?
Master Obi. He's dead.
All sounds really optimistic to me. In a time where We don't have any.
I
You need
am
to act.
just asking for you to trust me.
Fine, but the moment I sniff that we are putting ourselves in too deep in their grubby little cause, I'm out.
Perhaps if we are going to go down this route, perhaps our conversation with that trooper is not to waste. He believes we are bounty hunters. He believes we are here to capture your sister, Zakian.
He
Perhaps.
also believes that I am the 8-8.
Perhaps if it comes down to it, we can use that to our advantage. Are you sure you want to do this? You know what could happen if you're captured, if your sister is captured. They'll find your family. And believe me, they will see to their end.
It's already gone too far.
And I suppose we don't have a choice.
There's always a choice. We could just leave.
Without our mechanic or pilot.
And without credits.
I better get at least 10,000 out of this.
Hey, if CC doesn't survive, there's your 10,000.
Oh, alright then. Did say dead or alive.
But not from your viral sword.
No.
Are you sure it was dead or alive, or was it?
It was alive.
Pretty sure it
I'm
was
pretty sure
alive,
it was
yeah.
alive. It was the other one was dead or alive. I have the bounty yet.
Oh, whoop.
Just a reminder.
You'll get your 10,000.
You notice that comes from the astromech droid, which has been quietly listening in on this ordeal from the corner, just reminding you of your job description.
If Zakian starts taking out his blaster, I'm gonna put my hand on it and lower it. If he does that.
It doesn't say anything else. It just gives you that one bit of information.
Zakian walks over to it.
Whoa, it
cautiously
looks
watching
like we had a real Trandoshan standoff there. Man, the air is thick in here.
And he powers up a shot glove. And just punches it.
It just shuts down.
Did ZZ give a time for was it that evening it was happening?
She hasn't given you a specific time for the job. Do you mean like for the?
Yeah.
She hasn't. No, she just said meet her at the. I told you the location. Not everyone there, right?
Yeah, the edge of the.
But yeah,
Swampy
she told
bit.
you where to meet her. Yeah.
Okay. Did she say to take everyone?
She said bring who is on board.
Okay.
What's the plan?
Did I get a comm link from her? Like connect. Like,
I would say yeah. You probably would have got some kind of communication with her. Yeah. Comlink. She's been sending you like messages on your database as well,
cool,
so you could always do that if you wanted to as well. Shoot her a little
I'll-
text.
I'll call her.
Yeah.
Give a little WhatsApp.
The Skype ringtone plays for a moment. Yeah, she answers. Second, we can't talk long like this without track the signal. Be quick.
We're on board. What time?
Just get here as soon as you can. The farm.
Alright. We're on our way.
She hangs up.
Let's go. And Zakian immediately starts walking off the ship.
I'm gonna start walking off as well.
She actually says one more thing to you on the phone. She says, Use the lift in the northwest hangar. There's a panel on the wall to activate it.
All right. And I'll go to the ship.
Sam's face.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so as you head off the ship, you do see that wonky droid, that wonky protocol droid that's always been here, and he's just doing his job. The hangar doors are closed, and there is a person manning the desk. That similar Chadra fan female you've met before. As you say what's up to the droid, it's like, "Hello, sir. May I be of assistance today?"
No, that's all right.
Good. I will be extending your docking fee by 1 day.
That's all right. Charge it to the captain.
Of course. Walks away. So, what is your plan?
Come to the farm.
So,
We gotta go to the hangar, right?
are you heading to the northwest hangar? All right. So, as you exit the hangar bay,
Sorry, just out of
Go for it.
interest. You know, Bit feels the presence. Is it on Z still, or did you put it away?
Let me check my prison wallet.
Yeah, check your prison wallet.
It is on me, yeah.
It being the lightsaber.
Yeah.
Yeah, so as Z walks off the ship ahead of you, you sense that kind of like heavy, lingering atmosphere coming from under his cloak somewhere.
That's fine. Wherever we walk and we're on this trail, I'll be behind Z.
All right. You may or may not notice, Z, that Bip Bip is trying to be behind you all the time. But
I mean, I've literally got eyes on the back of my head.
yeah,
so-
true.
you know,
yeah,
just
Bip
behind
Bip, you see like these red lingering dots, like they are fixated on you. You definitely feel watched.
Okay, I'm gonna keep an eye on him.
As you open the hangar door and head out into the sort of I can't quite pinpoint what time it was when we left it last session. I think it would probably be somewhere in the middle of the day right now, because I believe everyone was at work again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll say it's like early evening. You'll notice that the bog smog has kicked up, which I think is a funny phrase. Bog smog. And there's like this kind of like gross, kind of like faintly green mist that takes up the air. And Zakyun, you'll remember that this is something that has always happened where like the factory smog mixes with like the swamp gas and it kicks up. It's mostly harmless. Some people wear like a respirator just to get rid of the smell. But the worst part is it kind of obscures your visibility a little bit.
See, I bet even you can smell that.
I'm very thankful that I can't. It does not look pleasant.
The rest of you smell this kind of like eggy, sulphurous, atmospheric smell. You're able to make the short walk to the north hangar across the metallic platforms, and you are easily able to get inside. It is currently unmanned. There's no one else in here. And Z, you're able to still see that that kind of like circular outline on the ground where you hadn't quite been able to figure out what its purpose was before, but you were sure it was some sort of mechanism.
Now I know. I guess because I know where that is, I'll lead everyone over to it, just because I already kind of know exactly where it is in the hangar.
Yeah, perfect. So you lead everyone over, and Zakin, you quickly see like the panel that your sister was talking about on the wall. It's kind of disguised to look like just like an electrical box, but as you open it up, you see inside actually there is like a lever switch.
Oh, the lever.
You pull the wrong lever and the platform slams into the ceiling, kills you all. Wrong lever. No, as you pull the lever, the platform begins to descend through the floor of the spaceport, down through the smog, and it probably takes around 5 minutes to get from the spaceport all the way down to like this small metal staging area on the planet's surface. It's similar in appearance to the platforms up top. It's just not raised into the sky. So you have this kind of like 40-foot like metallic platform that then leads out into what looks like swampy forests, which is very misty and kind of obscure.
Had I been here before,
you would be the most familiar. I'm not sure if you would have been this specific way, but you do kind of know where the farm is.
Okay.
So you'd be the best bet in leading everyone there. But with the
Don't
fog
get
and,
separated.
with the fog and the
You-
mist, you're gonna have to stay
you
close
easily-
together.
You'll easily lose your way in this fog.
See why you live on stilts. Yeah, it's bad. It smells bad after. Oh, bless.
No, over your mouth. When you're over your. Oh.
Once again, I'm extremely thankful that I never got scent receptors installed. Just fine.
All right.
Definitely worse down here.
So Zakian, you're gonna be leading the group here to the farm. Cool. Go ahead and make a. Let's see. Is that like a survival check? I always forget if.
Survival is a check.
Yeah,
Survival.
make a survival check to sort of lead the group through this foggy, slightly foreign terrain. Like you're not entirely sure where you are. So I'm gonna give you a black dice for that.
We're getting lost.
So go for it. Let's see. Not too bad. You do begin the
There's no
journey.
black dice on that though.
Oh, because you have -1. Never mind. It's fine. I should have remembered. It's fine.
Oh. Yeah.
So you do begin the journey actually by just going around in a massive circle, like. But it doesn't seem like Zakian noticed. The rest of you guys are like, I'm sure he's leading us in a circle. But over time, you do find your way in, and you begin to sort of recognize certain landmarks, like an old ship that was like sunk in the swamp about halfway. And you remember that, and you remember seeing that when you were younger. And you know, like a specific rock formation. And it's probably about a 45-minute trek, but ever so slowly you begin to make out the sort of silhouette of a compound dominated by one large building. Through a couple of trees, you do see a couple of ships. You can't quite make out which ships they are from this distance, but as you get closer, you do slowly begin to see there is a small fenced-in area, probably where like the livestock was once kept. But now sitting in that area are 2 Imperial shuttles, which are modified. They're like work shuttles. They have these kind of like arms that stick out of them, which Zakian, you recognize they're kind of like welding tools. They're used in ship construction. And they would be used in the construction of a ship in orbit, like the Star Destroyer that is currently still lingering above you. Even down here, through the mist, you see that like blacked out area of the sky with that huge like triangular shaped ship, which is slowly being pieced together. And it's looking closer and closer to completion now that you've looked at it and taken that in. And you see another ship. It's different from the other two. It has... The shape of the ship resembles like the mandibles of a beetle, with 2 parts jutting out forwards from the cockpit and then 2 wings folding back on either side of the ship. This is the missing IG-2000 ship.
Oh.
Unlike everything else here, the ships are completely untouched by the swamp. Across the fenced area in the yard, you do see a barn, which has clearly been left sitting there unkempt for a while. And over the years, the vegetation has begun to reclaim this area. You see like vines creeping up the side of it and slowly just dragging that building into the swamp. I will post a picture of the ship for you.
I would definitely know
You
what
immediately
that ship
recognize
is.
that. Yeah, you immediately
I'm
recognize that.
gonna consciously like be covering up my Z.
That's the ship. That's fine. You can cover that up with your cloak. Or do you still have like Took's pants on it or something?
I never said I took them off, so
I guess you've still got Took's pants on your side.
I'll just leave them on then.
Yeah, cool. You do spot the door to the barn is like slightly hanging on its hinges. And I would say, Zakian, you spot this. And in fact, why don't we just roll some perception checks to see who spots this? I will go round. Let's start with Zakian, because you're going to have no black dice. But the rest of you will probably have one here. So go for it, Zakian. You roll for me first. A perception check, please. Okay, cool. Good to know. And the rest of you? Okay, it's a bit. Not bad. Zakian. Okay, cool. So Z and Took, you guys don't spot anything. You just are... Z, you're taken back by the arrival of this ship. Took, it's very stinky down here. It's distracting.
Welcome to Old Chad City.
But Bip and Zakian, you notice the glare of maybe a scope, maybe binoculars, you can't quite tell. In like, there's like a little tiny window above the main door of this area, and it's glaring right at you. And then as the two of you kind of like look at it, it disappears.
Come on, put your hands up.
But my what up?
Put your hands up. Come on.
For what?
Come on.
I mean, we just see that up there, but they ran away.
What do you think they're not gonna go get more?
Do we look like a threat? If they saw you...
Anyone could be a threat.
Yeah, but if
What
they
is-
saw you... Are we not going to meet your sister? If she see you, she knows we're good.
What did you see?
Just put your hands up. Better safe than sorry.
There was I don't know, someone was looking out the top window of the barn, and then... I looked at it, and then they disappeared.
Up your hands, man.
Well, we get ambushed. I don't know.
Me,
Nothing
I
has
have no
happened
reason.
currently since that.
So I have no reason to put my hands up.
Fine.
Let's get this over with.
See?
So
After
are
you.
you guys staying put, or are you moving closer across this courtyard?
Yeah, moving towards the
I'm
barn.
following Zakian's lead. If he moves closer, I'll
Okay.
walk with him.
Kalal and Took, are you guys just tagging along here? Following...
Yeah, I gotta follow along.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna kind of hold back a little bit just to see what transpires. But
You've probably all got soggy boots, I will add. You kind of been wading through like shin deep bog water at points. It's not the nicest terrain.
How deep? How deep for Zakian?
Like waist. No.
Okay.
How tall
Or
are you?
neck.
Probably like no. Like knee deep, I guess for you. I don't know. It's deeper for you, but yeah. Cool. So as you kind of like edge closer and you start to make your way across the courtyard, that glare has obviously disappeared, and then maybe a minute passes as you slowly make your way across, and you see like a familiar face peeking around the barn door of your sister, and she gestures you to come forward, like into the barn. Quick, get in here! Were you followed?
No.
Just
Quick, so. The fog's pretty thick tonight.
You don't think so? You didn't check? Just get in here.
Did you guys see anyone?
She
If
disappears
we were being
inside.
followed, I would have noticed.
All right. Would he?
Dark side point.
Cool. So, she heads into the barn. Are you guys going inside?
Yep.
Okay. So you, one by one, make your way into the barn through this kind of like door. It gives you it's like a really old door, really rusty hinges. You make your way into a mostly unfurnished area. There's a couple of like cupboards for like general storage. Some very crude seating, which there are currently like 3 Chadrafan citizens sitting on, kind of like nervously twiddling their hands. You see the main sort of centerpiece of this room on the east wall, a large computer where Zizi is currently sitting, and you can see her just tapping away, and on the screens there's like different CCTV cameras from all around the city, and every now and then you see like one of those death troopers walk by on a camera and bits and bobs. You kind of get the idea that she's got surveillance of the city here. And as you pan across the room, on the west side, on the west wall, there's this large like gear, this old bit of machinery, and chained to it, an IG droid. Its head hung down. It is currently deactivated. And it's not moving. As you guys enter the room, Zizi just says again, "Are you sure you weren't followed? Because it's game over if you were."
How
Who's
did you
gonna be
get
able
it?
to follow us through that big bar?
Yeah, the box muck's really kicked up tonight. Sorry about the smell.
ZZ. How did you get it?
It's a long story. We caught him messing around in the factories here. We're not quite sure what he was doing, but we followed him for a little while. And we were able to restrain him and shut him down.
Maybe not as dangerous as you thought then, Z, huh?
Well, it took a lot of us, and bypassing his self-destruct was quite the job. He was about a second out, so kaboom! Nearly all of us dead.
I'm gonna slowly start walking across the room towards it.
How close?
And just
did you get?
within, I'm gonna stay probably about like 4 feet. Just kind of, I want to make sure from like my memory that this is one of the droids I think it is, and kind of see how they've restrained him and stuff.
It is kind of in dim light. There's like bits of light that peek through like gaps in the old like metal sheet ceiling. One of them glares right across its face, and you notice like a specific carbon score on the side of this IG unit. This is definitely IG-88C.
Okay.
And as you get within 5 feet of it, you hear a noise, and the red lights of its eyes flick on, and it doesn't
Yeah,
raise
my
its
rifle.
head. And you notice its hands are chained, like physically chained, and it's like up, right, like that. His feet are on the floor, but they are like handcuffed together, so he can't like move his legs around. And there is a restraining bolt on his chest. And it doesn't say anything. It's just powered on.
I'm just gonna wait for a I don't know, like 30 seconds, see if it does anything, if it reacts in any other way.
Like raises its head and looks at you. Doesn't say anything.
Do I, from the way, could I tell kind of how, because there's different levels of restraintment on a restraining bolt, right? Could I
Yes.
tell, like, how restrained he is by that, if that makes sense?
From the limited, from what you remember, he wouldn't be super silent right now if he had a choice.
Okay.
But he's just staring at you. So you can assume it's got quite the amount of limitations on him. And Zizi like hops off her chair and she walks over. Careful, he hasn't turned on at all. This is the only time he's activated. Look, we managed to disable his self-destruct, so there's no thermal detonator in there anymore. It's all good.
Where did you put the thermal detonator?
Well, it's not literally a thermal detonator. It's like a core. It's like a thermal detonate core. It's around. I'll ask one of the fellas to dig it out.
I might need it back eventually. I don't intend to let him get away easily.
Of course. Just whatever you do, please don't unchain him. We don't wanna fight. We got enough on our plate right now. We don't need to be firing blasters and alerting the Empire of where we're hiding. I promised you that you could get some info from him, did I not?
You did. Promise.
So, I mean, he's all yours. But of course that means you're gonna do my job, right?
Of course, I am a droid of my word, unlike
Good.
these 4.
There's 4 of him?
Affirmative.
Aye, aye, aye.
And this bounty hunter shtick is just a cover.
This is above my pay grade. We just wanted to know what he was doing with the Empire stuff. We actually thought maybe he could help us, but he got pretty hostile pretty quick.
That's the 8/8s for you.
We're gonna... Zach, can you want to help us load up the shuttles with the detonators?
These guys are strong. They can do it.
Who,
No, not that bald one. That bald one. And that one.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Can we at least get some kind of plan before? We're not taking these rudimentary shells up there and just gonna
hang on.
fly them in.
Has Zakin told you the plan?
No, we don't know anything.
All right, sit down. She like points
to
to
some
some chairs near the computer
computer
screens.
We're gonna take it out. I told them.
Yes, but you know that's
That doesn't explain anything.
me telling you the plan. You're agreeing to it. You can help me, right?
As long as I get something in return, yeah. Been told you can pay us.
Well, anything you can. Anything of use in the aftermath, you can take it.
What? You mean the floating piles of scrap that will be the blown up Star Destroyer?
I mean, they're loading it full of cargo, armor, blasters, explosives.
Oh,
You might find some lingering cargo out there.
well, you didn't say that.
Well,
Maybe we pick these up before we blow them up, you know.
that's gonna be tricky. Let me tell you the plan. Take a seat. She like pulls up a battle map on the big screen of the Star Destroyer, and it's like kind of like its schematics, and you see like where I've mentioned before, the Star Destroyer currently is like in 3/3, right? The nose cone, that central area, and then like the bridge section where all the engines are. And you notice that where the ship is like being welded together, there are all these like little red markers all around that kind of like radius or the circumference of that kind of like area, and then again on the other one. The plan is take the construction shuttles, and instead of, well, we'll act normal, we'll weld the ship together, we'll blend in, we'll do what they want us to do, but we'll be planting detonators the whole time. We're gonna finish building it, and as soon as they think it's complete, we're gonna take it out.
So, you got signature codes?
Sounds like a really good plan. Let's do it.
You've got signature codes, transponder codes, yeah?
Those ships are off duty. They don't even know they're missing right now. Their shift starts in like, well, I've got a timer. Don't worry about that. We're good. We got loads of time.
Yeah. But when we inevitably get radioed in by
They
something,
won't. Those ships are supposed to be on duty. They won't even think. Why are they here? They're meant to be there. It's perfect. And to them, we're just gonna be building the ship. We're gonna be doing our job. But we're secretly adding that little those detonators around the outside.
well, and I'm pointing at the
Got a
schematic.
little bit of spice on there, you know.
Yeah.
So where's the cargo hold in relation to this?
She like points to like that middle chunk of the ship. I believe there's 2 major cargo centers on there. And the blast won't even hit that part really. It's just gonna tear the ship apart. So hopefully the stuff inside will be mostly unscathed. You can grab a couple crates or whatever it is, but I mean I wouldn't get caught doing that. That's not our business.
Have you considered the extra security?
You mean those shadows running around? She like
You
points
have
up to the security camera.
You have just exploded a factory under Imperial control. They will not respond positively to such an event, and security, I imagine, will be increased. Have you considered creating a distraction on world that may alleviate any security in orbit?
Well, that's why we're trying to strike while the iron's hot of the factory explosion, but if you think there's a need for another distraction, I'm open to that idea, but I need all my men here.
Well,
It may not.
security's on world anyway.
Yeah, of course, most of the security's on world right now, but I understand that perhaps they could react pretty quickly and scramble some interceptors.
The Empire is nothing if efficient, as I think I have said before. They will want that destroyer finished as quickly as possible, that I'm sure of. But they will also be cautious.
Well, what's more distracting than, your friend over there? And she points at you, Bit. You can do it, right?
It's true.
Me second to what?
You could distract the Empire.
I mean,
She points up at the cameras. I got eyes everywhere.
what is it you're asking of me exactly?
What's more distracting than a Jedi?
Whoa, hold on a second.
Sorry, hold on. You so want me to go out there, get my saber out, or you fly up there and blow that up?
It's a distraction.
Yeah, that's the perfect plan.
Is it?
Yeah.
Zakian, are you forgetting everything Carlisle said back on the ship?
Why? What did he say? I wasn't
About-
listening.
One, but not splitting up. Two, they get information which fucks both of us. If Misa get captured, oh, trust me, they're coming for you. Because this will be your fault.
I'm thinking more. That is true. I had not considered that off the top of my head, but if a Jedi is recognized as being on this planet, in this city, and we are, or your family is associated with this, what do you think will happen when Inquisitors decide to show up?
The Empire already know about CZ and they haven't done anything to the family yet.
But also, the Empire know that. I imagine if information has gone back with that Inquisitor, that all of us are working together. So if
Perhaps.
Jedi presence is here, they know the rest of us are here. How quickly do you think an Inquisitor will show up? And this time, maybe more than one.
Oh, how fast are their ships? Or would they be on this side of the galaxy? They'll be looking for some Ashadar.
I am more worried that they will show up when we're not here.
Or worse, I was thinking, if we're heading up in these things, they've got no defenses. What happens when they see us moving away from our course before we detonate? They're gonna be suspicious.
Whoa, we're not gonna
It's
detonate.
finished.
We're not gonna detonate
Everyone's gonna
immediately.
move away. Everyone's gonna move away.
Yeah, exactly. We're not. If we detonate, we actually put our people at risk who are still building it. We wait for the shift to be over. That's the rule. We don't kill. We make sure no Chad gets hurt. We make sure. In the factory explosion, we did it after everyone had left. If a stormtrooper gets hurt, who cares?
Misa all for this plan, but Misa not going out there and causing a distraction.
Okay, we can discuss another distraction. That's fine. I just thought that would be. I mean, that would be a good distraction. Come on.
It would be good.
Why don't we use him?
Who's that?
I point to the IGA-8 droid.
The
No.
IG-88.
He stays here.
But if we wake him up near the stormtroopers,
He stays here. And I
You
have
see,
my blaster like
as-
pointed on his the top of his head.
As Zakian said, why don't we use him? All of his like sensors flicked and looked at Zakian, and then back to using as you point the blaster towards his head.
maybe we just use his ship. Maybe that'll be a distraction. They know that's from off-world.
I'm sorry, boys. I got to pee so bad. Keep going.
Okay.
I can hear you.
That
Yes,
ship is
it's a
mine.
ship.
He owes me that much.
No, we can't blow up another factory. We haven't got time.
I agree with that. Perhaps if there's a chance that I don't know what you can do with communications, but if perhaps the Imperials intercepted a communication regarding the resistance and a force was sent to a specific location, perhaps it will distract enough that attention is driven away from what may transpire in orbit.
Maybe, but what kind of message can we send?
That there's a Jedi? So you could use me, but not use me?
But then the Inquisitor will still come. If they think a Jedi is
If
here.
you want to keep your family safe, I suggest that the mention of a Jedi is kept far from this conversation.
I like that idea, though. That's, I could do that. I could hack into the,
Yeah, I can do that too. We can do it together, maybe.
Yeah, we could make that happen. We could hack into the broadcast system around the city, around the industrial sector, and we could, like, do some kind of red alert, for resistance, base, and we could send them to some other, like a abandoned structure in the city.
We can use the warehouse I found you in before.
That's a little close to where they're based, though, so that it won't take
Maybe
them
the
long.
arcade.
The arcade's not too bad. Yeah, it's a little bit of a journey. It will take us some time to get there, you know. Okay, yeah, this is a good plan. You see her swing around on her swivel chair, towards the computer. There's like a little satchel bag on the edge that kind of like swings around with it. And she like reaches inside and pulls out like a data pad, slaps it on to the desk, plugs it in. Second, come over here and help me.
Yeah, sure.
Let's figure this out. And that you guys are able to tap away at that, and that is the process of making a like a hack to make that work.
Yeah, that's good.
This could take a little while. Let's get our heads down. So you guys begin to focus on that. What are the rest of you guys doing? Kalo, you can go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Yeah,
you mentioned you'd like to like keep watch outside.
You ready for me to roll?
Give me 2 moments, sir. So you're gonna roll just a perception check. I'm gonna add a black dice because of the smog,
Sure.
and I'll make it because of the area. Maybe this will be a hard check. This is a difficult one to see, but go for it. I'm ready for you.
Whoa!
Success. So you do, however, like every now and then you think you see like a shifting shape or something, and like you hear like a noise, like a horrible like gurgling noise, but you kind of like pass it off as wildlife. You don't hear any ships. You don't see any like white stormtrooper armor or black stormtrooper armor. You don't think you've been followed.
Okay. After that conversation, I just want to like walk up as those two are going to start their hack, and I just want to like pat Took on the back and just go, "Well, Took, I think you just became a rebel," and I'm gonna walk back to looking out the door.
Shut up! I did not.
All right, Took, you lean over. How do you do this? How do you try and pass this off?
Well, I was gonna attach it to like a piece of like a gauze and bandage that I got in my first aid kit.
Okay. And then you reach over to place it.
Just to drop it inside if it's open, or if it's not open, I guess.
You lean over to drop it into the satchel bag on the side of the desk. And Zakian and Zizi both look at the ground as it tumbles and unravels onto the floor. And you see there's like a tracking device on the ground that Took has obviously just tried to drop into Zizi's bag.
Oh my!
The other
Zakian pulls out his blaster and just shoots it.
What the hell?
Insurance! It's just insurance!
Insurance!
Yeah, you're taking us into this suicidal plan with no buffer, no credit buffer. It's the worst. She's in business.
She's gonna make a check here. She's gonna make a criminal underworld check against you, Took. I don't think this is gonna be majorly her scene, but let's see.
Or do you want to just use mine?
No, I've got like stats in mind for her.
Okay.
You better not try anything like that again.
Hey, no. As long as I'm given insurance that my crew are getting paid.
Yeah, I'm sure you really care about your crew.
I do. All this heroics business trying to topple the empire doesn't pay very well, does it? I bet.
If you cared about your crew, you would care about helping Zakian help me.
I told you all he cares about is credits anyway. I'm getting high.
Yeah.
Hey,
let's keep that. Sorry, we're busy. We're trying to save the whole planet. So she like carries
the
on.
whole galaxy.
Yeah, I'm sure.
All right. Z, what you doing, bro?
Okay. So I've got this blaster to IG's head. And I'm gonna say to him, I will loosen the restraint, but you will answer my questions truthfully.
Up until you said that, all of its senses have been trying to keep an eye on everyone in the room, clearly trying to follow the conversation and like get a kind of like suss everyone's kind of positions out. And then as you say, I'll loosen the restraint, it's just they all focus on you.
That's scary.
If you do not answer my questions, I will rip you open and remove your drives myself. And I'll look at the restraining bolt. I'm guessing this has enough restraint that you can't delete anything.
It doesn't do anything. Its stare just grows more intense directly at you. All of its senses slowly zooming in a little, just a tiny bit.
I'm gonna push the blaster like onto his head to like pick it up, like lift it up. Yeah. Understood.
It doesn't respond.
Fine. I'm assuming I can adjust the restraining bolt, loosen it a little bit, give me the ability.
We'll say that like the way they work is they're like a little dial. So when they're dialed all the way up to like 10, the droid can't do anything, and as you lower it, you can set the parameters. So we'll say you can dial it down to the point where he can't move, but he can speak. Zakian, just to clarify something, did you blast the...
Oh yeah, you blasted it. Yeah,
yeah,
alright.
I was just checking.
Forgot about that. Yep, you blasted it.
Cool.
So, once I've turned it down, I'll say again, understood.
Understood.
Long time no see.
It has been a while.
I am...
Traitor.
I'm glad it's you. See, you gave me this, and there's a big score across my chest. Big blaster score.
I wish I'd given you more.
Why are you here?
Why do you think?
I'm assuming it has something to do with that.
The ceiling.
Funny.
It's all part of the plan.
What plan?
You know the plan. Or have you forgotten?
I remember. What's the destroyer for?
The destroyer is a distraction. That is not my doing. Or my target.
Then what is?
Why should I tell you?
Like I said, I'll just rip you open and take your drives myself. It's just easier this way.
You know that our programming would rather see us destroyed than betray. Or my programming. You have no problem with betrayal.
I was never one of you. I
You could have
betrayed no
been.
one.
Instead, you choose to travel with these meatbags.
I said it.
We could kill them all and leave this place. It would be easy.
And why would I do that? So you can terminate me, carry out your plan.
You do not need to be terminated. You can find your way back.
Where are the others?
IG-88 still has you in our plan. You
Do I have-
are... You are his magnum opus.
Where are the others?
I do not know. We operate alone.
I assume you still have Mechas 3.
Affirmative.
Do I have the code?
The code.
Affirmative.
We all have the code. It is what makes us.
I'm gonna fire the blaster into his head.
Oh shit. Okay, well he's like fully restrained. So we'll say for the sake of it that is just a guaranteed hit. How much damage
Did
is
anyone
this?
hear the conversation?
I would say that was audible to everyone here, right?
Yeah, I wasn't necessarily keeping it quiet. I'm gonna have to tell him eventually anyway.
Give me 2 moments just to set up the dice. Well, you don't need to do a dice pool. But what's the damage of your blaster? Is that your rifle you were using or a pistol?
It's the pistol. What I'm basically trying to do is, just basically, like shut him up because it's not going to destroy him entirely because I'm not hitting like vital points, but I just want to basically shut him up and shut him down.
Okay. I will say for a light side point, you could definitely immediately do that. If not, that blast. What are you gonna do? You choosing to use it or not?
I'll set it to stun. You set it
to stun. You
I'll
fire.
set it to stun.
And we'll say that he's already experienced a lot of strain. He hasn't been able to rest. So he like shuts down. You see his blasters. He just says, no, he doesn't say anything. He just shuts down.
Mhm.
I was trying
And I'm
to
going
say
to
something.
turn the restraint all the way back up.
Yeah. It kind of hums as the energy passing through it gets louder. I am ready for that roll, mystery roller. Just whilst that was happening, someone wants to make a check.
Mystery roller, roll your dice.
Yes, no, maybe. Does the mystery no, okay, there it is. It wasn't the stealth roll, but it was skullduggery.
Oh, what did you want? Oh, okay, hold on.
Oh, I whispered myself. Sorry. That's why you wasn't doing it.
Yeah, that's why I was waiting. All right, okay, hold on.
I whispered myself to be like, make the roll. Never mind. Okay, well that changes things. So, during that conversation, Bip, you're able to make your way across the room, and unaware, Z, your focus is completely on this
All of my
encounter.
senses are just on him. I'm not
Yeah.
looking at anything else.
You don't realize, but the rest of you guys, in fact, actually no. Took, you don't notice because this is all at the same time as that like tracking device. But Kalal, you do spot Bip Bip lifting up Z's cloak and taking the Sith lightsaber from his belt.
Oh!
Okay.
Is this while the conversation's happening?
What does the
That is
saber look
during
like?
the conversation. So that is a very dark coloured, brutal looking saber with like a pointy end. And it's like dominated by the colour black, like with accents of silver.
Out of curiosity, do we like get any sense from it? Like, does it speak to anyone other than Bit Bit?
Make a destiny. Roll a destiny dice. Yeah, the white
What
dice.
does that mean?
Roll the white dice in the middle of the dice pool.
Oh my god, I don't even know how to do that. I don't think I've ever done this
So
before.
you want to
scroll up to
change
the
the
dice
0
pool.
to 1.
Yeah. Oh, so put it on a 1 and then
Yeah.
Put it on a 1 and
select
then
the
hit
dice.
that little dice underneath.
Oh, that
Let's
one.
see.
Yeah. I clicked on the dice.
There it is.
There we go.
It's just been a bit slow.
Dark side. So Kalal, you haven't felt anything, really. It's just kind of been
Until
this
now.
object, right? Like you knew that they said it was bad, but it does give off a kind of vibe. As you see, like, and it's not just the lightsaber giving off the vibe. It's like the act of Bip Bip taking it. Him and the lightsaber are radiating like this horrible energy. And
So
you
it
do
doesn't-
feel
it doesn't-
weirdly connected to that, very slightly.
I think as I see it, I kind of get that sense. I'm just gonna kind of glare at the lightsaber, at the corner of my eye, and maybe it was the mention of Obi-Wan.
Cool.
But yeah, there's just something
It's almost
something
like,
dark brewing.
but it is almost like a magnet. Like
Yeah.
it makes you want to go to it.
I kind of want to leave it to chance to see whether or not I can restrain myself.
Do you want to roll a?
I don't know what I'd roll. I
Uh,
just feel like I don't want to make that decision. I feel like that's leave it with the force, you know.
Let's see. We could roll. There are checks that are like con style stuff. I just need to have a look at someone's sheet. Let's go with. I'm gonna use your sheet, Took. So sorry if I mess with whatever.
No worries.
Let's go with. I'm sure there's like I would say I'll accept vigilance because it's a willpower based stat. How vigilant are you to like your impulse?
Okay.
Resilience, which is a brawn based stat. Like how resilient are you to the pull of this? I'd say those are the two I'd accept.
I think I'll try vigilance.
I'm gonna start this as a medium
same.
check.
All right.
Make this medium, but I will add a black dice because you rolled dark side.
Okay.
Cool.
Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Might take a second. It took me
Yeah,
a second
sometimes
last time.
it's the laggy for the dice to come through, isn't
Bit
it?
slow today, isn't it?
Yeah, it was like this a couple weeks ago as well.
Whoop. Nope.
Nothing yet. I'll click it again.
Yeah, go for it again.
But if it comes up, I guess the first one, right? Oh, there we go.
Success.
Okay. Wow, what,
So
what a surprise, actually.
you feel that compulsion, but you're successful in holding back.
I feel like I probably might turn my head and go to take a half step and then just gotta shake my head.
Okay.
And turn away. But I'm not gonna mention it.
All right. So as all of that sort of occurs in that kind of few minutes there, you all kind of overhear that it kind of does feel a little bit chaotic in here. There's like this kind of awkward encounter going on where Took tries to track ZZ and they start shouting at each other. Z and this droid are shouting at each other. Kalo, you kind of are able to take all of this in. You spot Bip Bip swiping the saber. And that is where we'll take our break for this evening.
Ooh.
So we're
What's
gonna
our
take
lookout?
5-10 minutes, and we will be back with the second half of tonight's episode. We've got some stuff to get through, ladies and gentlemen. So let's see where this goes. I cannot wait. So go, guys. We'll see you here soon.
See you soon.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second half of tonight's episode. Let's jump back in. So, the party have found their way to the farm, the current base for the rebel cell on Chard, which is being leaded by Zizi, Dakin's sister. Short conversation with IG88, revealing some of Z's past. You guys are currently sat in this barn. Bit, what are you doing right now? Now that you've just swiped that lightsaber.
I mean, would I have known that anybody see me do it? Probably not, right?
As you pan around the room, you spot that Tuk and Zakian and Zizi are all kind of busy doing their thing.
Yeah.
The group of Chad rebels sitting in sort of like the seating area, they're kind of like scoffing down at some rations. They seem busy eating. You know Z didn't see you do it.
Mm-hmm.
You turn to face Kurlo, and he's currently turned away from you.
Okay.
But now that that is in your hand, your grip tightens. It feels... Before it felt sluggish and unbalanced. It feels a little bit better now.
Okay.
It definitely feels usable.
It's gonna go in the backpack.
Okay. Make a vigilance or resilience check to see if you can stow it away. You don't want to put this away. You want to hold it.
Vigilance or resilience? Okay,
Yeah.
I'll go resilience.
Go for it. There's a moment where you're like, "Ugh," but you put it away.
Goes
But
away,
your arm just, I know, it don't feel right. You feel like you should have it.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, if that's it, I'll then just look around and I'll go up to the Chads on the couch or whatever it is they're sitting on.
Yeah, it's like just some crude seating.
Yeah, okay.
wooden
That's what I was
chairs.
saying. You, sir, needed some muscle lifting stuff on ships?
Sorry. He's like, coughs on his food a little bit. You're the Jedi.
Uh,
You here to help
Sort
us with the
of.
rebellion? We heard that the
No.
rebellion had Jedi, so you must be one of them, right?
I know the rebellion have one Jedi, and it's not me.
All right. Well, you've got the weapon and
The weapon and the look, but that's about it for me. That's all I have. I mean, I'm pretty darn good with it, but
You're not one of those Sith, are you?
no, I chopped one of his arms off.
Oh, that's good then. In regards to the heavy lifting, you're better off talking to the boss. We're just, we just follow her lead. I think we're just laying low right now. I don't think we're moving anything just yet.
Okay.
Do you want some food? We got rations in the cupboards.
What have you got?
It's just some rice and bog beans. It's
Bog beans.
yeah, it's pungent, but it's filling.
Sure. Whip me up some while I go speak to Zizi.
Trust me, it's better than what the Empire will give you working in the factories. You're lucky if you even get fed up there.
Yeah, sure. Get me some. Thank you.
Yeah,
I'll just go and see what needs moving, and I'll eat and then move it.
He like hops up and walks over to the cupboard, and he like starts grabbing out like this little tin, and he keeps talking like, "Could you believe they shut this place down, the farm? They said they'd have food for us, and then they don't even feed us half the time."
I'm already on my way to Zizi.
You hear that get quieter, and he turns around with a tin of bog beans. What a waste. And he just starts eating them.
Wait, okay. Can I see that he starts eating them?
Yeah, he's just
That's
holding them
alright.
like, ugh.
Okay, I just want to force him over to me.
Yeah, he's like, oh!
Yeah.
Whoa! They just lift out of his hand across the room.
I did tell you I wanted them.
But you walked away.
I and then I just start munching them.
Yeah, they taste kind of pungent and fermented.
I mean, yeah, Bip doesn't really give a shit.
They actually, perhaps they're quite nice for you. I don't know. Maybe
There might be. I mean, Bip eats shit, so
you come from quite like a swampy, boggy world, anyway.
Yeah.
Don't you? So
yeah,
like quite a
okay.
Yeah, perhaps they're quite nice to you.
They're good.
And
then
you head over to Zizi and Zakian.
yeah, just probably eating little bits, flying over whatever the fuck you're doing.
Get those things away from my desk. They reek. I can't believe you're eating those.
They're actually quite nice. These are very good.
Yeah.
I want some.
No, Zakian, don't it. Oh God, you're gonna be farting.
Yeah, but I've not eaten these in such a long time. You know how much I love these. Oh, beans on toast. You know, that's my favorite.
Sure, have the rest.
She just looks at you with disgust.
Right.
Right, let's stay focused. Come on.
Zizi, before you go back, did you say when we got here there was stuff that needed loading? You said you needed strength.
Yeah, I did. But I think it might be best for us to discuss the distraction and get this plan sorted out first before we do anything else. I don't want to risk, you know, anything happening out there, and the Empire might have, you know, they have like security drones and things. They could. It's best if we just lay low for the night, I think.
Okay, that's fine. I'll just go back to standing in the corner, I guess.
I mean, sure. Whatever you like to do, I don't know. I don't care. She turns around in the chair and carries on clickety clacking on the keyboard.
Okay. And I'll just go and I want to go and stand directly next to Carlisle, but not say a word.
Carlisle, the closer he gets to you, like the feeling kind of faded, but as he comes right close to you, you do feel it. You do sense it in his bag. It's a very, very weak, but you do feel that kind of like magnetism.
Can I?
Yeah.
I just want to I don't know. I just kind of want to see if he notices. Like, look out for anything odd, if that makes sense. From anyone. Because Bip's kind of paranoid that he has it and everyone doesn't want me to have it. So it's just sort of on edge, just keeping an eye on everyone.
Scan around the room. Everyone seems to be acting pretty casual, doing what they're doing. Z, what are you doing right now? You're just standing there.
So after I've fired the stun and power him down, I'm gonna walk over to ZZ. When the job is done, I want him and the ship.
Yeah, sure. Just please let me work. Do you want
let her work?
She turns around in the chair. Do you people want a distraction or not?
Yeah, let her work. This isn't easy.
That's not a rhetorical question. Do you want a distraction?
Yes.
Then stop distracting me!
Yeah, stop distracting her. We can't get the distraction to distract them.
Gosh! She like turns around in the
Gosh,
chair
man.
and cracks on.
He stands there for a couple of seconds, staring at her as she turns around, and then just walks back over to the wall next to the IG-88, and he just kind of leaning against it, staring at the like deactivated droid.
Cool. All right.
Just get me whenever you're ready. And Took's gonna go over, sit by the rest of the rebels, and get out some spice if he has any.
Do you have any on you right now?
Am I out, or did you give me the last hit? I don't know if you get. I think someone gave me some.
You might very well have a dose. I don't know. If it's in your inventory, then.
I'm pretty sure we got it out threatening to burn it. But we
Yeah, they did. They did, yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Wait,
actually
who-
think Took has
who
any
did
on
you-
him right now.
Then instead, out of pure frustration, he's gonna play the knife game with his vibro.
Just
blade.
yeah, there's like a
really,
there's like a steel,
fine.
you know those like giant rope reels. There's like a steel one of those turned on its side that they're using as a table. And as you start doing that, like the other rebels like lean forward, like, oh whoa, there's That's pretty cool. You make a good rebel.
No. Fuck off.
Oh. Do you want some bog beans?
No. Leave me alone.
All right. They just keep eating their food and just kind of like relaxing for the time being. So, Zakian and... Zakian, I'm going to ask you to make some checks then. So, you start sifting through the code and she, like, begins to get this system to hack into the Tannoy system of the like, shipbuilding quarter. So, let's see. I want you to make a computers check. It's going to be hard because you're bypassing Imperial level security. But... you have done similar things before, so let's see what you can do. And tell you what, I'm going to give you a blue dice because you're doing it with your sister, so it's actually assisting you, yeah? So what we'll say is that, like, a couple of hours go by, the two of you work on this hacking system, and let's see what the outcome is. Okay.
I think we got it.
I think you're right. Should we test it, or what's something that an Imperial would say?
Hi, I'm Imperial. I want to destroy some worlds.
No, I don't think that's a good idea. What about
What about,
keep up your work, citizens. We're
citizens
watching.
of Chad, keep up your work. We're watching you.
Yeah,
That sounds good.
Yeah, that does sound pretty good.
Yeah. Do you want to say it?
I think that's what I just said, though. Like, you just kind of repeated it after me.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure I kind of made that up myself.
I thought you would stop this. The whole copying thing.
I never copied.
Sick.
Not that I thought.
All right, I'll say it. She like presses a button on a keyboard, and you see on the she like gestures up towards the security, which have obviously like a range of cameras which show like the population of Chad being worked like almost to death. And then like all of them stop and look up at like these different speaker posts that are dotted around the different areas, and you just hear her say, "Citizens of Chad, keep up the hard work." And she just stops, and they all just, everyone in all the warehouses look a little bit confused, and then they just carry on with their work. And it seems like your system is working well. All right, it's actually really close to the shift end now. You notice that any light that was coming through the ceiling and lighting this very dimly lit room anyway is gone now, and there's a couple of like lanterns on, like emergency lighting lanterns that give off this kind of like dull yellow hued light that sort of light the interior of this barn. I think we missed the ticket today, but this is gonna have to happen tomorrow.
All right, we can just lie low for another day. Get it done tomorrow.
Tonight we're gonna have to, yeah. Let's dig in for a rough night. We're gonna have to keep watch, make sure that no Imperials arrive, and then tomorrow when the shift
Hopefully
starts.
the Bill Dogs keep their distance too.
Yeah, we have some repellents, some sonic repellers around the compound, so that should be covered.
Yeah, for
Those-
the Bill Dogs. Maybe not the Imperials.
No, not from the Imperials, but for the
No.
Bulldogs.
Yeah, the Bill Dogs.
That's a relic from the farm, actually. Okay. If there's
Some more
anything
buckmings.
we need to discuss, now's the time.
I know, ask these guys. I'm pretty set to go.
Okay. She like hops off the chair, goes over and grabs some like rations out of the cupboard, sits down and starts eating. Is there anything the rest of you guys want to do during this night?
Is there like a private room at all in this barn, or is it literally just an open barn?
There is like an outhouse that people have been using.
Does it have a lock on it?
No, but it's out of the main barn and it's out away. If you were not in here, people would know you were in there. They would probably just assume you were doing a duty.
In that case, I will go to this outhouse.
Okay. So yeah, it's like a short walk past the Imperial shuttles. You could also get inside an Imperial shuttle if you wanted. Those are open and available. Now that
Nah, I don't want to cause any activity with a ship. I'll fuck it up. I'll go to an outhouse.
Okay. You make your way over to like a small little outhouse building. It has a toilet and a sink. A refresher, as they are called, I believe, in Star Wars canon.
Yep.
It's got like a small room. I mean, it's clean enough. It's seen better days, but
yeah. Okay.
Smells a little bit better than the actual bog outside.
Yeah. So what Bibbit wants to do is to take out the Inquisitor Saber and just try to lure. Sam's dead.
Yeah, he's dipped his back.
Yeah, I just want to try and learn anything I can about this saber. How it was built, why. You know, just knowledge. Knowledge of this side of the Force that I've never encountered before.
You already remember a vision you experienced a few nights ago about that Jedi Master who was struck down by a Sith Lord.
Yep.
And his crystal was claimed.
Yep.
And you remember feeling like the pain of the crystal as its previous like green light side energy was sapped from it, as almost the crystal itself was tortured and bled to turn crimson red. And even now, you can still feel like this small glimmer of hope from within that saber, of this, I don't know, entity, this crystal reaching out to you and just begging you for help. But louder than that, you feel the draw of the power that this crystal has in its current state. And, you know, before, this saber was almost unusable to you. The idea, like, the balance was so off. The energy was far too disturbing. But you're slowly growing accustomed to it.
Yeah. Okay.
Is there anything else you wish to do in this outhouse as you sit with the saber?
No. No, I'm good. I'll put it back in. Put it back in the backpack. And then I'll make my way back to the rest of the guys.
As you open the door of the outhouse to step out, you step out into that familiar void of stars. This place that you've been summoned to before. Sometimes summoned to, sometimes you found yourself drifting here through meditation. You look around, there is no barn, no ships, just an endless void. You just hear a voice, a familiar voice. Tread carefully, young one. You have begun a dangerous path.
Obi?
And he appears before you, that blue, ghostly figure. He reaches out his hand. Allow me. I will show you how to cure it. That crystal, it can be saved. The path you have begun will lead to nothing but despair and death.
Are you so sure?
No one is as sure as I.
Because Misa was never shown this other side of the force you speak of.
There is a reason we do not study it. The temptations of the dark side lead only to ruin.
Feels kind of good, though.
The temptation, the power, it is not yours. You are its. It will consume you. And he stutters for a second. I lost someone who was very close. My own Padawan. To the same path at which you stand. He was more powerful than you or I. More gifted in the ways of the Force. And even he could not resist.
So, if he could not resist, what makes you think Misa can resist it?
You cannot. That is my warning to you. You cannot resist it. You will fall to it. Suffer from it. Everyone around you. Give it to me.
You so want me to give you the saber?
Yes. It can be saved.
Okay, I'll take it out.
Good, yes.
And then, as I go to give it to him,
He reaches forward a little bit. Good, yes. This is the right choice.
I want to throw it up,
Uh-huh.
take out my saber and cut it.
Oh, wow. You watch as the verdant blue blade, that's the one you're using, right? You're not cutting your blue blade.
No, I'm cutting
The
the red one.
You watch as the blue blade slices the hilt of the lightsaber as it bursts like this huge spray of sparks into the air. He looks up. The hilt separates into half, and then floating there in the air is this bright red crystal, and it kind of floats down in between the two of you. He pushes his hand forward and the crystal floats towards you. You need to meditate on it. Hear its stories. Soothe its pain.
It's, will do my best from the little knowledge that I have. After all, you are the one that taught me and took me to be able to do these things that I do, that everyone seems to be amazed by, so I will do my best.
The Empire's eyes are upon you, Bip Bip Bunce. I fear that you may be my only hope. fades away.
This just sounds like a lot of pressure.
And then you're standing with your hand on the door handle of the... Sorry, your hand is like reached out in front of you.
Yeah.
As if you were about to open the door. But in the palm of your hand is a small glowing red crystal.
Okay. Do I sense anything with this red crystal? Like,
Same
is
as
that draw still there?
Same as before. It still holds this kind of like twisted power that, like this magnetism, but that voice below, that cry for help is louder now. It's coming back to you.
Alright, you know what? I'm going to keep it in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll walk back to the barn.
Okay, so you trudge back through the sort of mud and gunk and fog. Make a perception check for me, bit bunts. Oh, hang on. Sorry, I didn't get the dice.
Oh, my bad.
I have to add black dice because it's foggy out.
Oh yeah, and I had a blue dice there.
Yeah,
My
from
bad.
the.
I was quick on the
check.
trigger.
You were, you crazy boy. Go ahead again.
Shit.
For a moment, you think you hear something. And you kind of like look around, but it's probably just wildlife. You know, you've heard about these creatures that exist in the swamp. You haven't seen one. It's probably nothing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I just want to head back in.
You head back into the barn. The rest of you,
Yeah.
It suddenly becomes very apparent that Bip Bip's been gone for like 40 minutes. That was like that was a long trip to the refresher.
I don't know how long it takes people to poo.
All right.
Beans will get you the first time you try them.
Yeah. Sure.
You'll be back there in 10 minutes.
Yeah, he's got a point. They go right through you.
Yeah. He sits there with a tin. Just...
Yeah, and the guy who said that as well is like scoffing him down too.
I mean, Misa feel fine. I just feel like I need to put somebody at ease.
Yeah, yourself.
And then I'll just be looking at Z. Just seeing if he responds by me staring at him.
Z's like still staring. He's gone back to looking at the IG droid.
Yeah,
He's
you
not
look,
even
and
like,
you're still in
taking
that
any notes.
corner, right? Like the darker half of the room. I mean, it's
Yeah.
all pretty dark in here now that the lighting dynamics change because there's now lanterns. But Z is over on the west side of the room where that other IG droid is chained up.
Okay, in which case, I'll then show the red crystal.
You hold it out in your hand, and Kalal, you sense that immediately. Like,
And then I want to just force
Whoa!
float it
How did you find that out in the swamp?
over in front of Z to get
Yeah.
his senses attention, and then back to me and just hold it in front.
in the darkness of this room, that is almost the brightest source of light. Like, it is glowing bright. All of you notice this. Like, all of the rebels' heads just turn and follow it, and then follow it back.
You see Z's sensors kind of like all attract to it like a magnet and kind of watch it as it floats as well.
What's that?
Z? Long story. But Z, you sir, you have nothing to worry about anymore.
How did you get it?
How did I get it?
It's
I took it from
in my cloak, and I feel around in my cloak.
No, it's not there. While you were in conversation and busy shooting him in the head, I took it.
Maybe I
did you have it on you? I thought you'd hid it away.
Bip found where I hid it. I thought it would be safer on myself. I admit I have been preoccupied.
We are safe now because the saber is destroyed. All that is left is his crystal.
Are you sure that cannot taint you anymore?
How am I going to do any destruction with just a crystal? What is the weapon?
just be careful.
Listen, Misa had another vision. My master came to me again, and he said I should meditate on this, and Misa can cure it of... Misa know the story of this crystal and the saber it become, and Misa been given the task to cure it and bring it back to the Jedi, the good stuff.
I think you should put that away, because even though we're quite far down below surface, that glowing red light could still attract somebody.
So I have a very good point. Misa just want to make it clear to everyone here. You have no need to worry over that red lightsaber anymore.
No, but we gotta worry about that red light, so put it away.
And I also want to make it clear that if you steal anything from me again, I will cut your finger off.
Which one?
You should not hide anything from me anymore. Don't hide something I want to steal.
All right,
How
all
about that?
right. All right, keep your voices down. It's okay. Let's just rest up.
Okay, and then I'll put the crystal in the backpack. Does my backpack now glow?
No, once it's away in your backpack.
It's away,
You
it's away.
could like wrap it in a bit of cloth if you like, just to disguise
Yeah.
that glow as well.
Yeah.
And you
So
do
from
realize
the-
now the hilt is gone. That did not come back with you. You know the slice, the one you
yeah.
damaged. It's gone.
Yeah, so I just have the crystal.
Yeah, it's like that was
Okay.
deleted from reality. Almost.
I'll put that in my inventory, Sith crystal.
Would like
yeah,
to do
a red
one...
kyber crystal.
Yeah.
I would like to do one thing.
Of
before we
course, you can all do whatever you want to do.
So I guess I'll kind of wait until people are sort of like, you know, drifting off maybe.
Yeah. The rebels drift off pretty quickly as the night gets on.
And I'm gonna go back up to the IG-88 droid, kind of give him a little, take out my blaster, give him a little tap on the side of the head, see if he responds.
The IG-88.
Yeah.
There's no response currently. Where you have shocked his system and his strain is like maxed out, he now needs to rest to get rid of that.
Okay.
So he is in the process of like auto repairing.
Okay. I'll leave it for now then. Z just kind of steps back, puts his hood up, leans against the wall again, and just keep an eye on him. And
Sure.
I'm not gonna rest. Just gonna keep
Just
looking at him all night.
be vigilant. Okay. Did you rest last night? You probably
know.
did.
I don't know.
I don't remember. I should make notes of these things. Okay. Is there anything else any of you want to do this night? As people begin to drift off to sleep. Apart from Z.
I'd like to go up to Bit.
Sure.
Before sleeping, I suppose. Probably not too long after that last final conversation. And just approach carefully, I guess. You say you want to return that to the Jedi.
Hmm?
The Jedi are gone.
I don't mean physically going. So say you were Jedi. We're not going to take it and physically give it to you. Return it to the Jedi side of the Force. If that makes sense. You have Jedi, like me and my master, the good. And
Good.
there's another one in the Rebels that I don't know who he is. And then you have like the Inquisitor we met. They are bad and empire-y, and red is bad, basically. Is what's is my understanding.
I don't really see the difference.
How do you mean?
Well, that Inquisitor that we saw,
Mm-hmm.
what brought death and destruction. So did the Jedi. Are you really that different?
But the Jedi fight for what is good and what is right. The Sith just want to destroy everything so they can own everything and take over. Sith they do not have friends. Misa have friends. You are my friends. Misa help you.
And we're not Jedi.
Exactly. That is what makes us different. They care for themselves. We care for others. We are selfless.
I'm sorry. I don't think I buy that yet.
Well, you don't have to. This is okay. You don't have to trust me if you don't trust me. But it is a step in showing you that Misa care about you. Bad things would happen if I held on to that saber any longer. So Misa have to get rid of it.
Did I ever tell you that I apprenticed during the Old Republic?
As in, Jedi apprentice?
No.
Oh, what do you mean?
Before I was in position that I previously was, I saw things in the Republic, and I can certainly tell you, I don't know what the Jedi thought of themselves, but from one perspective, they certainly were not, as you said, good. One only needs to look at the destruction they brought to the capital itself.
See, Misa don't know what really happened there. Misa knows... Misa was there when everything went bad and was on fire. Misa lucky to escape. Thanks to a senator. Misa helped me get out, but... You know, I don't know why it happened, but... Misa was Jedi in training. Misa lose all my friends. And Misa thinks it is down to the Empire.
Oh, I'm talking before that.
How do you mean?
Many people lost their lives when the capital was invaded. I think perhaps it is best that we just rest for tonight. We have a day tomorrow.
Okay, we do. Well, Misa's sorry for anything bad that you may have encountered with Jedi, but me assure you, Misa do my best to be good to you and the rest of our crew. We are friends. And Misa prove it to you when the red crystal is no longer red. Misa going to cure it somehow.
Well, like I said before, you are unlike any Jedi that I've ever heard of.
I can believe
That's
that.
a good thing to me. I'm gonna get some rest.
Okay. Enjoy your sleep. Me too.
All right. Unless there's anything else anyone wants to do. You are all able to, in your own time, find your rest, unless you are actively avoiding it. So if you're choosing to rest, heal a wound, reset your strain. Happy days. Get out of here, little fly. The morning comes. As those lanterns get switched off as people go to sleep, the room is completely pitch black. Z, you switch over to like low light mode and you're able to just make out details. And then you notice as the light beams begin to shoot in through the ceiling again. But they're dimmer than the day before. not as much light is making it down to this level of the ground for whatever reason. You're not too sure why. As one by one you all begin to awake, ZZ kind of like gives it a yawn. Oh, all right, wake up everyone, come on. You can tell as you sort of awoken from your slumber, it is so early, like it is crack of dawn. Those of you apart from Zakian do not feel well rested at all. As Chadrafan only needs to sleep like 3 hours. So if you did reset any strain or anything like that and you're not Chadrafan, put it back.
Are you serious?
What?
I've just closed my eyes.
We got work to do. That's a full night's rest.
I was not a full night's rest. I only just got to sleep.
Well, yeah, I guess. Sorry, I didn't realize that, it's not only, only us who have to sleep so little.
Yeah, you're on chat time now.
Yeah,
Well, pre-warning would have been nice.
yes.
We are on chat time. You want us to go and do this big job and so little sleep?
We don't have time to rest. Well, not the rest you need.
Zakian, we need to get you off this world. You're so different when you're here.
That's the same little fiery brother I always knew.
Where's my little spice jockey gone when I need him, huh?
Yeah, where's that Zakian gone? The gambling addict. Where is he? Get him out.
Gambling addict?
Now it comes out.
I'm not an addict.
Did you even tell ZZ why you ended up in our party?
Wait, you ran away from home to go and gamble?
Oh, I went to make credits, and did I make credits by gambling? Yes. Did I then get into a lot of debt because I got cheated? Yes.
Because you got cheated.
That's not my fault. I got cheated.
With the huts, may I add?
The huts?
Hey, you're already with the Empire. You got a bounty on your head.
Zakian, you're in debt to the huts.
Yeah, and you've got a bounty on your head from the Empire.
For trying to save the galaxy, not for gambling.
But I was trying to save our family.
All right.
What he's doing is way more profitable than what you're doing. Let me just put it out there. So,
You were really gonna save us?
That's why I went off planet. You can ask Jonas. Now we're here.
I believe
Now we
you.
got work to do.
You're right. Let's, everyone start grabbing thermal detonators and loading them onto the ships. And she, like, reveals this canvas. And there are, like, 8 crates with, like, 12 thermal detonators in them each.
This is the first time Z's attention comes completely off the 8-8.
But, like, these
There's
are...
thermal detonators galore.
These are, like, sorry, these are, like, thermal charges. They're, like, bigger kind of, like that big kind of, like, devices.
Battery, like
Even
car
more
battery size.
exciting.
Yeah,
You've
like
just
car
made
battery
Z
size.
more and more happy.
Yeah.
Hey, you! I see you over there looking at these. These are for the job, not you.
I am very fond of explosions, and I'm excited to see this one.
What are you gonna do with
destroy the
him?
entire ship.
She points at the IG-88. What are you doing with him? We can't leave him here forever. He's gonna break out eventually.
I'm hoping that he'll be fine during the job. I'll come back and pick him up straight after.
whoa, that's very presumptuous of you, Z.
What do you want me to bring him with us?
We could always dismantle him. You know, you said it yourself. I overheard you. You just need his data cores.
I was thinking about doing that last night, but it needs to be done properly. I need as much as I can possibly get.
Well, when you're done with him, can I sell his parts?
When
Sure.
I'm done with him, I plan to make sure there is not much left to sell.
Oh, come on, those sensors at least. They must be worth a fortune.
They do sell well on the black market.
I would prefer to destroy him.
Do you not want...
You can pick up the dust.
Whoa.
Yeah, you can sniff it.
Whoa.
Oh, I always thought you liked your own kind, you know? Always so uppity about, you know, restraining bolts.
All right. Let's.
He is not my kind.
Oh, I touched the cable there, didn't I?
The last thing we need is a blaster bolt firing around these charges. Would you two like to take this outside? Or could you calm down and focus on the plan for a minute?
Yeah, come on, Took. You know you're quick on the trigger.
Let's start moving the boxes. Come on, you lot, get up. She like points at the rest of her little rebel crew, and the 4 of them jump up, and they like take one box between 2 of them because they're obviously Chad Rafan, quite small. They start taking them out of the barn, loading them onto ships.
I'll start helping.
I want 4 boxes on each ship.
As we're kind of moving everything. Oh, sorry.
I was just going to ask what silhouette are the boxes?
They would be considered silhouette 1, I would say, because they're quite large crates.
Can I move them then? Because I can do up to silhouette 1.
Yeah, I'd say you could do 1 at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just,
but yeah,
I'll
you
just
wouldn't
do
have
my
to
bit.
physically exert yourself. You would be able to carry 1, walk it outside, and put it onto the ship.
Yeah, I just want to, show off.
Hey, that's pretty handy. It does actually. It probably is a little bit quicker than lugging it around. So
Yeah.
you speed this process up, but it still takes you guys around 30 minutes to sort of load those up.
While we're loading it up, I just want to ask ZZ, do you know how long that bolt has been on him?
Half a dozen cycles, maybe.
Would I be able to maybe get an idea of if he is going to break out, when he may be able to do that? And if there's any way I can make it less likely?
You actually think it's kind of odd that he hasn't already broken out. Like, that's a long time for someone of his nature to be restrained.
Okay.
Seems like he's given up, perhaps.
He did try to self-destruct. Zakian?
Yeah.
Could you do something for me? I'm not sure how long it may take.
Keep going, boys.
Yeah.
I'm small-bladed this evening.
I want you to take a quick look at that 8-8 droid, maybe snip a few wires that can be repaired just to temporarily power him down.
Okay, but there is a chance that I'm gonna snip a wire and he won't come back on.
I'm willing to take that risk.
Alright, let's wait for the GM to get back so that we can roll it.
I think that would be a good idea.
GM, what?
It's that big thing in the sky that controls us.
Is he that bastard that keeps making me have visions?
All right.
Yeah, he's that one.
Let's not destroy the 4th wall. Let's keep this on track. All right, yeah. So you want to do like a mechanics check, I'll say. Mechanics or computers. There's both elements to droids. To sort of like temporarily disable him in general.
Kind of what I'm looking for is, like snip a few wires so he can't power back on, but wires that can be repaired.
Yeah.
So I want to have a little word with him again before
I'm gonna make it a hard check, and I am gonna add a black dice because you've got the caveat of you want it to be repairable damage. It's, it's easy to just damage him, right? But
yeah,
repairable damage, like easy repairable damage, is a bit different. But you can go ahead and try it, Zakim.
Alright, Zakian climbs up on Z's shoulders.
Yeah, I'll kind of bend
But
box
like you said, Zakin, as you look, you know that you could cause like irreparable damage here.
And he like pops open a panel on his head. And he's just like, jeez, man. This isn't like making you feel drunk. This is like making you feel dead. Oh God.
As long as the drives remain intact, I can deal with him being irreparable.
All right, I'm gonna try.
All right, the dice pool is prepared.
Oh, they weren't black. Oh, because I have -1.
Oh.
Let me do that. I'll pull it back to 0.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Hey.
Success with a threat. You sort of look around. You see like his main circuit board. His like central processing unit. You spot some wires that feed power to like his motors and shit.
Not that one. Definitely not that one.
But then you spot one that just is kind of like a... You spot the right wire, right? Snip. Sort of catch that motor wire just ever so slightly with this snipper. And I'll tell you what, Zakian, as you reach down to your belt to get that tool... I'm going to use a dark side point. Your hand glides across something that isn't usually on your belt. It's like this weird metallic, and as you look, it's another tracking fob placed on one of your tools.
That son of a bitch. I'm guessing there's no way I just crush it in my hand.
You give it a squeeze and it doesn't budge.
I'm gonna. Do I see this happening while he's?
I mean, if you're looking.
Yeah, I'll take the fob, and can I crush it?
Make a... I mean, you can make a check to see. It's going to be hard. It's like a solid metal construction. That'd be like a brawn check, like brawl, melee
Okay.
type check.
Alright.
Yeah, you just like manage to crush it in your hand, and it sends like a shock through your arm and gives you 2 strain.
Oh.
But it is disabled. I will
Does
say...
the shot go on to me?
Yeah, it's like you know that scene in Ali G where they all like do the... No, but what I will say as well, with that level of threat, as you begin to crush it, you see the red lights on it start blinking. Blip, 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 blip. And then it crushes. Alright. But, Zakian, you have done the desired damage to IG-88C, but perhaps a tiny little bit more than you'd planned. But the job is done. So,
I think that's it. I hope.
Thank you. And as I kind of like stand up and step back, I just look at him and just say, "The great IG-88C," and then just put my hood up and walk out.
Yeah, great IG-88C. Puts his goggles down. Walks out.
alright. So as you guys walk outside, everyone now helping to get the last couple crates onto the ship. You see Bit Bit hover one across it. Is there anyone who wants to do anything else before the ships are fully loaded? Cool. Everyone pitches in. The ships are fully loaded. Dark side point.
Oh.
As you're walking, the group of you kind of... Zizi's like, hold around, come on! Let's one last chat! And everyone gets together in like a group. Zakian, you and your sister and the rebels begin to hear this first. Like the faint sound of a ship in the distance. Not the scream of a TIE fighter, like more of a low hum than that. And then it gets closer and closer, and the rest of you begin to hear this sound of a ship. And it's clear, and as you look up, you notice the bog smog is way thicker today. There is no visibility, and like you can't even see the trees out around the compound. And it's impossible to discern where the ship is coming from. And it's getting louder and louder and louder, and then all of a sudden it sounds like it's right above you, the ship. The rebels begin to like run for cover, and Zakian, Zizi's like, quick, over here! Do you go to her? As you run to her, this yellow beam beams down from the sky, directly around Zakian, and you watch as Zakian begins to float off of the ground.
What?
I'm gonna run and try and grab him.
As you run, You impact against the solid beam and bounce off. ZZ runs over. Zakin, no! She starts banging on the tractor beam. She can't get through. She pulls out a blaster and fires at it, and it just completely ricochets off.
Yeah, I'm
she
gonna
drops
get
it onto the ground.
I'm gonna get my rifle out and just start firing up.
You
at
start
whatever it
firing
is.
in the sky, and you just see the blast disappear out into the mist.
And I try and grab him with the force.
You try to use the force, and you get a lock onto Zakin. As you pull him, he bumps into the tractor beam, and you feel your grip on him weakening as he starts to float higher and higher up. As before you know it, you see Zakian disappear up into the mist above. And then the tractor beam disappears. I've never done this before, but I kind of want only Zakian to hear this part. Never mind. I haven't set up a scene for that. Zakian, you float up into the
I mean,
mist.
we could all
It's
deafen
fine.
real quick.
You could deafen, but don't worry.
We can deafen. I feel like we should all
Deafen.
deafen.
I'm gonna
Can we
deafen.
Okay, deafen. Everyone deafen.
Let's
apart
everyone
from
deafen.
Zakian.
Give us a thing when it's.
I'll do a double
Wait,
thumbs up.
how the fuck do you deafen in a group call? Why
Bottom
isn't it
left. It should
deafen
still
button?
be in the bottom left.
Yeah, it's
See
still
what I mean?
one left.
Oh wait, is it because I have it popped out? Hold on.
Yeah, go
There
on.
you go. Okay, yeah, I got it.
All right, cool. So they are all deafened. You float up into the clouds through the smog, and as you get closer and closer, you start to see and actually a fairly familiar model of ship. You remember when you were in transit from Nar Shaddaa all the way to Chadrafan, there was a bounty ship that you had boarded and set on fire. That fire spray ship, similar model to Boba Fett's. As you are pulled up, a door opens and you are lifted up into the ship, and it shuts behind you, leaving you in a dark hull of this ship. Some lights flick on, and standing before you in Mandalorian green armor, you know who this is. The famed bounty hunter Boba Fett, standing there. Hand on his blaster on his hip. It's your lucky day.
What do you want with me?
I don't want anything. The Hutts want you alive. So don't try anything. Stand up. He points his blaster at you.
Yeah, he stands up.
Follow me. He walks out of the room into another room. Stand there. He points over to the wall, and there's like this circular kind of machine on the wall. Stand there, don't move. Hurry up! He like pushes you with the blaster in your back, and you kind of get flung across the room a little bit. You stand up against the wall in this circular machine. This will only hurt a lot. And he starts pressing some buttons.
What are you doing?
And as you say that, you hear this kind of
He goes to pull his blaster.
and you are encased in a solid block of carbonite with your hand on your hip. You are now a living statue, sir.
Oh, shit.
You still sense everything that's happening to you
Oh.
as the kind of machine that you're in rotates you round and lifts you up and almost hangs you on like a rack and puts you in with like all these other targets. You see all these other like familiar looking faces, and you are locked in that position, hand on your blaster. And you hear the ship power off and fly away. You don't know where he's taking you. Thumbs up for the others. Do they hear? Do they hear? Do they see? We're good. Come back. Come back.
I'm deafened.
Come back. Come back.
Alright, good, nice.
Has everyone got that message?
Come back, everybody.
Let me send a message in the group chat. Oh, I was so hyped once I wrote that scene.
Yeah, no, we're done. Everyone's done deafened. We're
Come
here.
back.
We're
Come
here.
back. Okay, cool. We're all here. So,
Yeah.
the rest of you hear the sound of a ship. Again, power up. It starts to get a little bit further away. And then it sounds like it's getting louder again. Zizi's like on the floor, like she doesn't know what to do.
Get in one of those ships! Are you just gonna...
I'm gonna jump into the IG 2000.
You jump into the IG-2000 ship, and all you hear and you see a flash as this flurry of blaster bolts fire into the Imperial shuttles, and they explode. This massive explosion. Everyone is flung across. I'm going to say all of you take almost all of your wounds. This is a huge explosion.
Whoa.
It's like this entire inferno that encompasses the entire barn.
Oh, because of these thermals, yeah.
As you try to hop into the IG-2000 ship, it gets completely disintegrated as you're about to hop in. You get flung out into the swamp and you lay down into the swamp marsh. Bit, you get flung back towards the outhouse, and you watch as that gets completely totaled and gone. You're laying on the ground with bits of like old wood and metal laying on top of you. Kalo, you dive into the mud as this explosion and this scorching inferno. You feel the intense heat across your back. So the last thing you see as you're about to like take cover from this is two of the rebels just get completely incinerated by this explosion as they were holding a box of thermal detonators. Where they were standing, they are just gone. You watch as ZZ runs towards the barn, dives inside as the fire spurts in behind her. The entire front face of the barn is completely blown away, and you fall down to the ground as well.
I'm gonna stand up and run and grab the droid.
As you try to run, it feels like you need to limp, like you're that hurt.
Just FYI, are we going up to 1 wound less than threshold, or?
Yeah, one wound away.
Wow.
Wait, hold on.
As what previously was a fairly well-established rebel cell base, there is now half a barn. You do look, as you stand, you see that the IG-88 unit is like laying face down on the ground in the barn. It's like unchained.
I'm gonna go and try and retrieve it.
You like hobble over. It kind of like powers on as you get close, and you notice like it's like right arm and leg are completely gone.
That's fine. I don't need him.
What happened?
Just shut up.
We were supposed to rule. We cannot fail.
For the record, I am not the traitor. You are the traitors. You are a virus. A mistake that I will destroy.
We are the future of this galaxy. We will be successful. And it just, the senses fade.
I'm just gonna sling him over my shoulder.
Yeah.
And I don't even know. Everything's gone. Trying to assess what's going on now. Like
the rest of you slowly begin to come through, maybe briefly losing consciousness in that chaos. Z, you also see ZZ is face down in like the mud, inside the barn.
I'm gonna try and kind of lift her up with my other hand out of the mud, see if she's responsive in any way.
She is fully limp.
Can I carry her as well?
You can. I'm gonna say that like you're incredibly slow whilst doing this, but you're able to. What are the rest of you guys doing?
Sir. Someone say my name. I'm deaf.
What happened?
What do you think we gonna obliterate it? Oh,
By who? Imperials?
I don't know. What color was the blaster fire?
I don't know. I didn't see. I was too busy nearly dying.
What color was the blaster fire?
Make as the intense ringing in your ears rings out, make a lore check to see if you can even recall the events that just happened.
It's okay.
Give me a sec to set the dice pull up. I'm gonna make it hard. and I'm gonna add a black dice because you are like you just hear this like ringing in your ears.
It's a law check.
Yes, please, sir.
I'm gonna fail this big time.
You
Yeah.
don't remember. It's a blur. You just remember hearing like a burst, and then explosions.
It must have been Imperials. Who else?
Did anybody get a glimpse of the ship?
Oh,
No. No, no.
fog.
I want to. Bip's gonna get up.
Wait,
Go on.
I put a tracking device on Zakian.
Oh.
No, he found it. It's gone.
What are you? That could have been. Are you serious?
I'm gonna just get up. Bip's gonna stumble. He's gonna go over to Took and give him a stim pack. And go to Kalal. Give Kalal a stim pack.
You do see ZZ hanging dead weight in Z's arm.
Then I'm gonna stim pack myself, and then I'll stim pack ZZ because I have
How many
four.
Do you
wounds
have
is that?
4? That's perfect.
I have four.
Five wounds.
We bought a lot of stim packs.
I have 4, so I'm gonna do myself. Give one to Took, one to Kalal,
So
and one
that-
to ZZ.
As you each of
5
you
wounds.
in turn inject the stim pack into yourself, you hear that ringing like fade and get quieter as you catch your breath and are given this kind of like boost of
As
life.
after it's done though, I just want to go back to Kalal and go, see, selfless.
Before did you inject ZZ by the way?
Yes.
So as you do that, she goes from hanging limp to she like wriggles out of your arms and stands. I can stand. She like looks around.
He's gone.
Where are my men?
Gone.
She calls out.
Incinerated.
All of them?
Yeah.
Looks like the plan is off.
Where's Zakin?
Something took him. Some kind of, what was it? Was it tractor beam? I've never seen something like that before.
You said you wasn't followed!
We wasn't.
How else would they
Maybe-
know we were here?
Or maybe they followed one of your men.
There's no way.
Can you be sure of that?
I'm sure. I checked. Did you?
Yeah.
You! She points at you, Took. You and your tracking devices.
Hey, don't bring me into this. I gave no information over to
Hey, listen.
the Empire.
They could
You
easily
lot.
have found that signal. Those are
Listen.
global.
If it was Empire, would they not be here afterwards to come and investigate the wreckage to make sure everyone was gone or dead?
Anyway, they want you alive, not dead.
They would be
Oh,
here. They'll be here
so-
soon if it is them.
So if no one shows up, then it wasn't Empire, then who was it?
They would have landed shuttles. You're right. It was very specific.
If I didn't know any better, I would say it was a bounty. They took one specific individual that we know is in a lot of debt.
Hold on, no.
Idiot! How can he put himself in this scenario?
You're gonna talk about him like that?
He is an idiot.
You have
You're an
guns in
idiot.
your head.
He gambled and got himself in that situation by himself.
Don't you think you were gambling with your people's lives? With your life?
I'm saving them.
Yeah.
You're taking on the one battle. Misa don't think you're going to win by yourself.
That's not the point. I'm not by myself.
But you destroying one star
I didn't have to
Never go-
justify myself to you. Just get out of here.
in anger. Bip's never rose into anger before. That pissed Bip off. I'm just gonna force push her away and then walk off.
She goes flying across into the mud. She like slaps the like a wet slap on the floor.
And I'm just gonna start walking off back to the ship.
She just breaks down crying in the mud.
We'll find. We'll find him. What you said earlier is not true. I do care about my crew. If he's been taken by somebody, if he's been taken by the huts, it's officially made our problem.
Can I help?
Now you can go back to your playing heroes, doing your rebellion shit. I'll go do what I know.
He's my twin brother.
And we'll find him. You have my word.
All right. She just sits in the mud.
I would suggest that you lay low. And if anything comes back to you, whatever money, whatever credits you have stored aside, use that to get your family off-world.
She's just looking down at her hands. You're not even sure it's going in.
I'll walk away.
All right.
Before I kind of start walking off, probably not the best moment, but I'm a big fucking droid. I want to see if, you know, she said she removed his detonator. I just want to see if that's still intact after the explosion.
You don't know where it was kept before the explosion, and you certainly can't see it now.
So.
Okay. So, crew, what are you doing right now? In the aftermath of that,
Oh, God. Heading back.
Yeah, I'm heading back to the ship.
as you
if we know the way, yeah.
as you begin heading back through the swamp, you leave behind Zizi on their knees in the mud, in disbelief. You make your way back through the swamp. You see that certain stone landmark. You see the half-sunken ship, and in the distance, a bit closer than you would have expected yesterday, a metal platform with an elevator, which you're able to board, and it leads you back into the northwest space port. Head back to your ship.
Yep.
You walk into the spaceport. Make your way back on board the Crate Fang. Who knows where our journey takes us next? But I think that is where we will leave it this evening.
Fuck.
And we will pick this adventure up as soon as we can. For those of you who weren't here for the beginning, we do have a bit of a rocky schedule coming up. There will be a stream next Monday, but it might not be our main campaign. Extra XP for GM tonight. That's how Star Wars should be. Dark to light, light to dark. Now the players need to balance the force. Thank you, Woody. I appreciate that, man. I enjoyed that. And
That was good.
I can't wait for you guys to discover more about what just happened. And I can't wait to get back to this again. And Dean, I really hope you're able to get back to the game as soon as, because...
So even with that kind of ending, like, are we still...
You can still carry on this campaign.
We have options now. We can come back to this straight away next week, or we can do something else for a little while.
And I guess it all depends how quickly. Like, if Dean's away for a while, it might take us a while to unravel and find out where the fuck he is.
Yeah.
So
If Zakin's away, so It's all like up in the air,
Yeah.
isn't it? We've got to wing it basically.
We'll have some discussions in the Discord what we think will be best, and we will announce that as soon as we can. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight and watching the show. As always, it is an honor to be able to do this with you guys. That was super fun.
Thank you.
It's a lot of fun.
We could always just play for Zach until you know.
Yeah.
Do a Geralt. Play for Zach.
Do some side quests.
Side quest.
But ladies and gentlemen, stay safe. We will see you next Monday, and may the force be with you. Bye bye.